Passover is one of the 7 feast days that God commanded us to keep forever. The Bible says to celebrate it on the 14th day of the first month at evening. The Hebrew calendar is lunar. The first day of each month starts with a new moon. The 14th day, when Passover begins, usually aligns with the full moon. Leviticus 23:5. Passover was determined by the barley harvest and the first fruits given to God prior to partaking in harvest. Prophecy states that the Israelites will be scattered from the land, so in order to determine when to celebrate, we rely on the moon. Why should I celebrate? God instituted it as a lasting ordinance. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. Exodus 12:24, KJV. The Most High answered the cries of the Israelites who were in bondage, and Yahweh saved them. It commemorates the Israelites' deliverance from centuries of slavery in Egypt and celebrates God's mighty acts of redemption. The first Passover took place in Egypt on the eve of the Israelites' escape from slavery. After 9 devastating plagues, Pharaoh still refused to release the Hebrew people. God warned of one final judgment, the death of every firstborn in Egypt. However, he provided a way of protection for his people. They were instructed to sacrifice a spotless lamb and place its blood on the doorposts and lintels of their homes. God declared, "For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you." Exodus 12:12-13. The Israelites obeyed, eating the Passover meal with unleavened bread and bitter herbs, symbolizing the haste of their departure and the bitterness of their bondage. The Passover angel was not going to spare them if they did not listen to his commands. The Most High could have taken a hands-off approach and just rescued them, but we're constantly seeing examples on how he gave his people explicit commands, and he protects if listened to. Because God was in their presence, there was swift punishment. And now some people no longer take his commands seriously. How to celebrate? It is often stated that we can't observe the statues in modern times because things are done differently today. For example, no one buys a whole animal and sacrifices them. We might not be able to do that, but God sees our heart. Why are we not at least trying to honor Passover and keep it through the use of symbolic measures? The prescription: they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Exodus 12. We can still buy lamb and roast it over fire. We can still make unleavened bread and eat bitter herbs like kale mixed in olive oil. Who should celebrate? God's people. Are you a child of God? Do you subscribe to the Bible? If you are as fascinated with the Bible as we are, please comment, like, and subscribe for further discussions.